that Lord Shiva punished Daksha because Daksha committed offense, and due to his offense, Daksha was going to hell. So Lord Shiva though cut his head, but it was mercy of Lord Shiva, so that Daksha did not go to hell. He got saved from going to hell. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada, he went all over the world and saved so many people who were doing sinful activities because of which they were destined to go to hell. So this is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. And it is said in the purport that Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they are never neglectful to Brahmanas, though sometimes they are unqualified. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada also, he did not neglect anybody. He welcomed everyone, those who were receptive, those who wanted to hear him, serve him, or those who were interested in Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada was very eager to welcome them, to give them knowledge, enlighten them. So this is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. And in the purport it is said, Lord Shiva is called Pasupati because he protects the living entities in their devoted, developed consciousness so that they may follow the Vedic system of Varnashrama. So in the same way, Srila Prabhupada started ISKCON, and in ISKCON, we can easily practice devotion service, remain in highest consciousness, and if we practice nicely, then one day we can go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So this was the mood of Prabhupada ji, and to channelize this mood, so there should be some practical action also. So he had spent his blood and toil, everything he has done throughout his whole life, and we can see how wonderfully he has made this mission of ISKCON. Kya hua? Hare Krishna. So we can see in Dakshagya how those kinds of people are there. So now the degree is too much high. So that's why to remove this godlessness in a society, so Prabhupada has started this mission. So he has gone to those kinds of countries also, like Africa and like that, where the culture is like they used to eat their own grandfather. They make such a festival. So that kind of festival they make. So cultureless societies everywhere. No Brahminical standards and no Suchimuchi standards. So Prabhupada's mission is to make Brahminical society. So he started with that. So there should be some organization. In that organization, there should be some rules and regulations. So he made the rule that 4 regulative principles each and every member of this society must follow, and then minimum 16 rounds of chanting. So these kinds of standards he set in this organization. And then, like we see Dakshagya. So in this Dakshagya, what was a disaster? But then instead of doing that, this age is for Sankirtanagya. So Prabhupada has started that. And those people who could not do this kind of sattvic activity like chanting and reading scriptures, so for them, do Harinam Sankirtan, distribute the books throughout the day. So that time, Prabhupada's disciples and other devotees, they used to do 8 hours of Sankirtan Yajna everywhere. So this kind of mission Prabhupada has established. And then Food for Life program also, because everywhere the situation is filled with a mode of ignorance and passion. So how to elevate the consciousness of general people, public. So then Food for Life program is such a program which creates that kind of sukruti in the mind of people. So then other programs become easy. So like everyone knows, the food is our prasadam is our secret weapon. So from that only we started everything. Then another program Prabhupada started with the Goshala projects also, and then half mission which is remaining till now, that is Varnashram system. So, but Prabhupada had put the seed in the ground. Other tasks we have to do. But then the mission was this, and Prabhupada had successfully fulfilled his activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So some of the personal application that we just noted down. So one of the practical application is that just like Daksha was forgiven because of his connection with Brahma, and Brahmaji is a devotee, so one may be forgiven sometimes because he has a connection with a great devotee, but one should not take advantage of this, that I am connected to such and such devotee and I can do mistakes and be forgiven every time. So this is one. And then just like Lord Shiva is punishing some people who cannot learn by arguments and by scriptural authority, so I should not be like that, a Pashu who needs a stick to learn or obey, but rather it is better to learn by the reason, arguments, and scriptural authority. Also, we see in this pastime that how Daksha finally could understand that the punishment of Lord Shiva is not actually a punishment. It is just a token of his own karma, and he took it in the right spirit. He took it as the mercy of the Lord so that he can further advance in spiritual life.
As a Daksha, in all inhabitants without discrimination in sacrifice. Similarly, Prabhupada also engaged all to devotional service, especially Harinam Sankirtan. And then personal application, one more is that one should keep clean while serving deities, and Brahmanical cultures we have to follow.
One general observation is that when you present modern mission especially, you should present the passage from the purport on which you base the modern mission. And then say, in this passage, Prabhupada is saying like this, and this actually shows the modern mission of Prabhupada. That is something which, even when you write essay, because this is actually your essay question, to actually get modern mission from some points of modern mission from chapter 6 and chapter 7, and then write an essay, right? So whenever you have to speak about modern mission, then you should go to that particular section and you should pick up some lines from the passage or some lines from the purport which actually reflects the mood or the mission. And then say that based on this line, this is the mood, this is the mission, and then explain it further. Generally, you should do like that. Okay. Okay. Next group. Ras Bihari ji. And there are statements in purport like that, which actually reflect his mood or reflect his mission.
Hare Krishna. So we have given verses 22 to 31. So verse number 2 actually. So here in this verse, the mood and mission of the Prabhupada is that Lord Vishnu, main mission and mood of the Prabhupada was, here you see the earlier chapters, Lord Brahma glorify Lord Shiva as almost practically a level of the Vishnu. But in this verse, Prabhupada clearly mentions that even Lord Shiva, he is pay obeisance to Lord Vishnu. So mood of Prabhupada, he established that Vishnu is and Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme, he is the master of everyone. And now everybody was offering prayers to the Lord Vishnu, specific space of the Lord, Lord Shiva, that is verse number 24. He said, due to he was 24-hour Krishna consciousness, so he never under the three modes of material natures. So where we can understand that if any devotee or any person who is a 24-hour Krishna consciousness, then he will not means hankering in this material world, and he can surpass easily. So this is the mood and missions of Srila Prabhupada. And others devotee can explain others.
From this particular verse 4:7:24, I found one practical application that Prabhupada says here one should engage Sevan Mukohi Jihvado. The service of the Lord starts with the tongue. So we have practical, Prabhupada has given us every day chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and honoring Prasadam. With this, one can transcend the modes, and Prasadam means controlling the state of all senses. So this is one of the practical application I found from this. Hare Krishna.
Just to elaborate on what Vanchari Gopal Prabhu was telling about Sevan Mukhe Hi Jivadhu. So Prabhupada mentions in this purport, it's a personal application, that capacity is increased by service spirit, capacity to glorify the Lord. That is increased by our service spirit. As the service increases, the Lord reveals more and more to the devotee. So this is something to learn, that our capacity or our ability to glorify the Lord depends or is directly proportional to how much service spirit we kind of cultivate. So the more we are eager to serve the Lord, the more we are ready to bend ourselves to the need of the situation or engage practically in the service of the Lord, the more we are eager for that, then the more the Lord reveals to us and the more we can glorify Him, like that. And that was from verse number 24. And from 28, one mission Prabhupada tells here is about how the Krishna consciousness movement is meant to give relief to the bewildered souls. So if you kind of go through you'll find in this purport, Prabhupada is telling about how the mission of this Krishna consciousness movement is to give relief to all the conditioned souls who are suffering from, like, the many factors which I mentioned in this verse. So, like the time factor, and then the three modes, and the threefold miseries, etc., etc. So that is the mission of Krishna consciousness movement, that the conditioned souls are suffering in this cycle of birth and death, and how it is our duty as devotees of Krishna consciousness movement to give that relief, to administer that medicine to all, so as to help them. And as Radha Krishna Prabhu was telling from verse number 29, the more we are busy in Krishna conscious activities, the more, to that extent, we are not affected. So that is like one personal application also for all of us. The more we are engaged in preaching the mission or spreading the glories, engaging ourselves in practical services like Harinam Sankirtan, book distribution, youth preaching. So to that extent, we are not affected by the influence of the illusory energy. Hare Krishna. The remaining ones, Karanamrit.
Hare Krishna. So I will speak the application part. In verse 24, Prabhupada writes, even Lord Brahma is unable to comprehend the glories of the Lord. So what to speak of us? So we should pray to Guru and Gauranga so that we can serve and glorify the Lord. We have no capacity. And in 30th verse, Prabhupada writes, the only remedy to surrender to Vishnu the only remedy is to surrender to Vishnu and always pray to be excused. One should depend only on the causeless mercy of the Lord and not on his own strength. And in another line, in verse 30 only, Prabhupada writes, the Lord is everyone's friend, but he is especially the friend of those who are surrendered souls. The simple process is to remain surrendered to the Lord, and the Lord will give all protection. So this is the main thing. We should be always surrendered to the Lord, and we will get all protection from the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So text 32 to 38 is we have to present Lalita Sakhi. So the text 32, it talks about the prayers by Indra, King Indra, and he's saying that Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, he is beyond the senses, perception of the senses and mind, but still his Leela, his Roop and Leela can be understood by a common man as it is. But those who are Mayavadis, they cannot understand because they comprehend Krishna to be equal to them, equivalent to them, 2 hands, 2 legs. So they cannot understand. It's impossible for them to conceive that Lord Krishna lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days at the age of 7. But for a devotee, for a common man, it's easy to accept. So Srila Prabhupada's mood is that it's not very difficult. Anybody can become Krishna conscious. It's just that he has to be a humble soul. He should not be very, he should not be very adamant in his own thoughts, like Mayavadi. And one should not speculate also. He should be ready to accept the authorities, like Srimad Bhagavatam and pure devotees. Also, Prabhupada is emphasizing on the accepting the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is not an allegory or something concocted by Srila Vyasadeva or Narad Muni. It is a pure history, and we have to accept it as it is. So, like Brajavasis accepted Lord Krishna, we have to accept in the same mood. So that is the mood of Srila Prabhupada, giving pure devotional service very easily to everyone all over the world. So preaching mood is there, like the urgency that we need to understand. So we should be also accepting this mood. We can personally go in book distribution and do book distribution and preach everyone. Just being our Krishna conscious in the temple chanting is all right, but we should go out, do Harinam Sankirtan and do book distribution. So I am inviting you all. Tomorrow our bus is leaving. Whoever he wants to accept the mood of Srila Prabhupada, please come and get the mercy. And if you want to realize the roop and the activities of Krishna which is beyond your mind and senses, so we can do that very easily. Prabhupada has given the process. And as per ISKCON also, that is the standard that we have to. And Vishnu is called Yajna. Without Vishnu, the place was like a crematorium. So any place where it may be very nice, arranged by great personalities like Daksha and big architects, if it is without Vishnu, and then it is just like a crematorium. So this is prayed by wives of performance of sacrifice, Patniya Uchuhu. So these are the wives. Actually, wives are generally decorating the places. So they understood that whatever they may put and over, but they cannot decorate the place. Without Vishnu, it is like a crematorium. So our heart, our place, everything is like a crematorium. Our everything. If it is bereft of Krishna and Vishnu, our activity If it is not in the mood of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness, the basic mood of acharyas to spread the Krishna consciousness and book, then it is like a dead body. So, like Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada says, Prana he to yar, se Prana che yar, se he to prachar. So again, I would like to invite you all for tomorrow. Our bus is leaving. So please come. Don't hesitate. If you want to realize activities and roop of Krishna, you must come. Hare Krishna.
Text 35. So this verse is prayer by Siddhas, the residents of Siddhaloka. And by this verse, it seems that Prabhupada writes that residents of Siddhaloka looks like they are pure devotee, because they pray just like this elephant when they sometimes they are in the midst of the forest fire. They look for river, water. Similarly, person who is in this material existence, one should look for this Krishna Katha, and one should satisfy himself by the nectarian river of transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So Siddhas, they pray ki our mind is like that. We are searching for this nectarian pastime of Supreme Lord. And here, so Prabhupada also, mood and mission is Prabhupada always stays about Krishna Katha. He always wanted everyone should develop laulyam for Krishna Katha, and we should also try to develop our laulyam from Krishna Katha. Prabhupada here writes, the Siddhas say that mind of an ordinary person is full of anxiety. And he says this anxiety will go away as soon as one starts hearing the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So this is just like that elephant searching for the water like that. And the mood is Prabhupada wanted to give this Krishna Katha to whole world. That's why he went to the foreign land just to preach this Krishna Katha, to give this story of Lord Krishna. Personal application is whenever we are having some time, free time, we should always try to hear Krishna Katha. And we should try to arrange this type of sabha where Bhakti Vaibhav or Bhakti Shastri, this type of association gives us chance to hear more and more Krishna Katha. And one more point, Prabhupada says कि Krishna consciousness is complete in itself also. There is nothing extra is required. Krishna consciousness complete, everything is complete in itself. So these points are here, Siddha's prayer, we can check out. These are given in this. So everyone is burning in the forest of this material world, so we can go out, join his Sankirtan party and give them the books which will act like a water and which will destroy their material existence. So water, that's like a just cloud which will destroy their burning sensation of this material existence. So whoever wants to join, you can give your name to Aditram Prabhu. Bus is empty actually. He is searching for volunteers. He has loaded so many groceries for people. He is going South India for book distribution. So anyone wants.
Hare Krishna. He is going Karnataka. We have visited maybe 15 years back. There is no water actually. Maybe 5-10 years it is totally drought. So we have stayed in different, not temples, those places where these marriages are happening. Mangala Bhavan something. Mandapam, yeah. They have stock of water in tanks and we have used those and okay, no problem. Hare Krishna. So in verse 36, the Jajaman, the wives of Daksha, they prayed that they are saying that this Jagya has no beauty because you are not present here. So it is just like a body without the head. Body is there, there is no head. What is the value of beauty? So Srila Prabhupada in purport he is writing that without your presence, the grandeur of this sacrificial ceremony is useless. Just as a body without the head, however decorated it may be, is useless. The comparison is equally applicable to the social body. Material civilization is very proud of being advanced, but it is actually the useless trunk of a body without a head. Without Krishna consciousness, without an understanding of Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, any advancement in civilization, no matter how sophisticated, is of no value. Srila Prabhupada is saying that there is so much material advancement nowadays, Scientists, they are going to moon. Now this AI, so much creating havoc. And all these are, if there is no, connection with Krishna consciousness, there is no value. It will create more and more disturbances in the world. You see, now maybe, the heat is so much, this global warming is increasing. Why? This is advancement. They are not thinking about what is the outcome. So if they will think that, it should be engaged in Krishna, means they think that something is there, Lord is there, He is controlling everything. Without His satisfaction, nothing will satisfy anyone, whatever advancement may be. So if that consciousness is there, then this thing will not happen. So Srila Prabhupada is pointing that everything should be engaged in the service of Krishna. Then there will be peace, there will be harmony. So the mood of mission of Srila Prabhupada is like this, that everything should be engaged. For that cause he has sometimes, the reporters, they used to ask, why you are against this advancement and you are using this, big cars, Rolls Royce car, and you are using the flight and everything. Srila Prabhupada is saying, because, he was giving the example, just like a thief, if he is doing the theft thing and running in a motorcycle, and you are, going behind him with a cycle only, you can't catch him. You have to go, fast car, then you can catch him. So in this way, the people are so much, going here and there speedily, so you have to catch them by using all these things. But the intent is that everything should be engaged in Krishna service. And one story is that here, and that I will build your temple. In there, Srila Prabhupada is, Srila Giriraj Maharaj is writing that when he was building this guest house, he was saying that, you see, we are totally renounced. We can stay anywhere. Under a tree also we can sit and chant. But the sophisticated people, those who are educated, they are accustomed to stay in comfortable AC room and everything. They can't come and immediately they will be renounced. So they will stay here and chant and have prasadam, and they little by little they will advance, and later they will become renounced. So this building and everything advancement, we are engaging in the service of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. You are saying something?
Just to add to the point that Prabhuji said that global warming is increasing, so related to that, once we get in the AC, we feel very comfortable, but after a while it becomes very normal. Similarly, when we come in ISKCON, we get lot of relief, but after a while we stop feeling that nourishment. So we should go out and feel the heat and then again come. So we should go for book diffusion and then feel the heat. And then we'll feel more mercy of Krishna.
From morning onwards, I was thinking for you. In the verse 37, Lokapalas are glorifying the Lord. They're saying that the Lord is beyond the cosmic manifestation. He is beyond the 5 elements. He is the 6th element. How can we see? In the Prabhupada mentions that how one can see that he is quoting the Brahma Samhita prayers, that Premanja Churita Bhakti Vilochana Shanta Sadayo Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Those whose eyes are anointed with the love, they can see the Lord. This is a personal application
that one can make ready by practicing Krishna consciousness. And Kunti Maharaj also prays, Tvam akinchana gocharam. One who is done with their material activities, they can able to see. And the purport Prabhupada very heavily gives a strong point that those who are materially opulent are very puffed up. So in ISKCON, will in due course of time, devotees may get up authority services, they may have post and power. At that time, they should be very, very careful that they should not be puffed up and they should be consciously serve. Otherwise, they may not able to see the Lord. And then yes, yes.
It's very easy to advise others, but we should understand that I may also get post, I may also get power, I may also get position. That time I should not get puffed up.
Yes, we all should very carefully follow the instructions, hidden instruction of Srila Prabhupada in these prayers. In the next verse, the Yogeshwar, the mystics prays, they are praying like that a pure devotee. They say that, oh Lord, you are the supreme all living entities. You are certainly very dear to you. You are very favorable to those who engage in devotional service, accepting as you are the Lord and themselves as a servant. Here, Prabhupada very clearly distinguishes the understanding of the monist and the devotee. That the monists, they think that the oneness is not the misunderstanding that the living entity is equal in every respect to the Supreme Personal Godhead. The monists think that they are one with the Lord. This misunderstanding one should not get into. Prabhupada clearly makes us to understand that one should not make himself equal to the Supreme Personal Godhead. We are always as an eternal servant to Him. One should be engaged in the pure devotional service. And we know in the Vedas, Lord is described as Bhakta Vatsala. It's nowhere it's mentioned as Jnani Vatsala. And one should be very careful in getting the knowledge. And we can attend Bhakti Vaibhava courses, Bhakti Shastri, like these different courses, so that we can gain the knowledge about the Supreme Personal Godhead, and we can know that we are part and parcel of the Lord as eternal servants of the Lord and engage in pure devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Please somebody go with the bus. Okay, next group. Okay, please.
Hare Krishna. Here we are going to discuss about verse number 39 to 47. In 45th verse, these Brahmanas, they were offering clarified butter, and they are chanting Vedic hymns. And they are performing yajna. Here in purport, Prabhupada mentions that the performing yajna is equivalent to performing Sankirtan yajna. In yajna, we have to use so many ingredients like clarified butter and so many things. And that can be achieved by doing Sankirtan yajna. Since Prabhupada has started this, performing this Sankirtan yajna, especially in the ISKCON, and by doing that, it is equivalent to performing Sankirtan yajna. And by doing that, many people can get transformed and get benefited by doing this Sankirtan yajna. And this is the mood and mission of the ISKCON. And by doing this Sankirtan Yajna and going out and preaching, one can rise above the mode of material nature, and we can cross these modes, and we can ultimately reach to, one can come to above the modes, and we can well situated in devotional activities. And even in and Prabhupada also, how we can, as a mood and mission, we can spread Krishna consciousness whoever we meet and give the holy name. By doing that, we can bring them to the, we should discuss about Krishna Katha and spread holy name. Prabhupada mentions that there are two types of Katha. Katha about Krishna and Katha about Krishna himself giving. There is Bhagavad Gita and other is Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna, and Bhagavatam is about the devotees of Krishna. And by spreading this, one can make them take to Krishna consciousness.
In this mood and mission, in the text 42, the entire purport Prabhupada speaks about that only Supreme Personality of Godhead need to be worshipped, and one has to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, not to the demigods. And current ISKCON applicability, the congregation in the text 39, the entire purport speaks about one has to perform congregational chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting these holy names, one can rise above the material modes. And in the text 44, it is very nicely mentioned that Srila Prabhupada is inviting everyone to join this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is operating for this purpose. We do not ask anyone to first change his position and then come to us. There's like personal applicability also. We can see there's current applicability is ISKCON. We are inviting all the people from all the backgrounds to come and join us in the congregational chanting of the holy names. And to this with personal applicability also, we invite everyone to chant the holy names of the Lord, and we do not ask anyone first to change his position and then come to us. Instead, we invite everyone to come with us and simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because we know that if one simply chants and hears the topics of Krishna, one's life will change. He will see a new life and his life will be successful. There's ISKCON's applicability as well as personal applicability. We should be cautious while preaching rather than forcing people, because many times we see there are lots of complaints that in ISKCON at every step people push, pull, give your number, give your contact number, do this, do that, attend our program, especially when it comes to youth forum. Like any boy or youth comes into the temple, from the entrance till exit, so many are catching hold and saying this. So we should be very careful of this. And in text 46, personal application, Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentions anyone who engages in the worship of the deity or the form of the Lord in the temple is understood to be studying all the Vedas 24 hours a day. Many times Smartha Brahmanas speaks about the authenticity of ISKCON and the message ISKCON followers are following. and they generally they speak about Shastras also. So here Srila Prabhupada very clearly mentioning one who engages oneself in worshipping the deities, as they have already read all the Vedas. The personal applicability is one needs to engage in worshipping the deities along with chanting the holy names, reading Srila Prabhupada books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, distributing books. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The main mood and mission of Prabhupada is going discussion among us devotees, but it is not working in large scale. Prabhupada really needs our help. We should take seriously in 3 shlokas. Prabhupada repeated 3 times. We should transcend the 3 modes. 3 modes are just the 3 types of pains: first class, second class, and third class. We should chant the pure name of the Lord. Then only we can please the Lord. If anyone asks any question repeatedly, he becomes angry. But Prabhupada so many times repeating, please, please chant the pure name. So after repeating so many times, we devotees are only responsible to fulfill the sentence of Prabhupada. Please, Prabhupada needs our help. Chant the pure name. And secondly, personal application is that in general scale, Prabhupada said in that shloka number 45, distribute the prasad, the name of the Lord, Sankirtana Yajna, in large scale. So before that, before distribution, the pure chanting by devotee is needed. Then only we can realize how much powerful the name of the Lord is. Then only we can distribute purely on the streets the name of the Lord. So please, many times, many classes are going on, Bhakti Vaibhav classes, many speakers are conducting these types of discussions, but sometimes we are not taking seriously. Just after half an hour class will finish. So what is the use of these devotees in the market? Every moment, millions are joining the Maya club. So we are responsible to give them the right, pure love of God. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you for all the groups for the nice presentation. Okay, so 48. We can read the translations all the way up to the end.
Sri Maitreya said, after Lord Vishnu was glorified by all present, Daksha, his consciousness purified, arranged to begin again the yajna which had been devastated by the followers of Lord Shiva.
Okay.
Maitreya continued, my dear sinless Vidura, Lord Vishnu is actually the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. Yet, because of his being the super soul of all living entities, he was satisfied simply with his share of the sacrificial offerings. He therefore addressed Daksha in a pleasing attitude.
Okay.
Lord Vishnu replied, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and I are the supreme cause of the material manifestation. I am the super soul, the self sufficient witness. But impersonally, there is no difference between Brahma, Lord Shiva, and me.
The Lord continued, My dear Daksha, Dvuja, I am the original personality of Godhead. But in order to create, maintain, and annihilate this cosmic manifestation, I act through my material energy. And according to different grades of activity, my representations are differently named.
The Lord continued, one who is not in proper knowledge thinks that demigods like Brahma and Shiva are independent, or he even thinks that the living entities are independent.
A person with average intelligence does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, by devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity.
The Lord continued, one who does not consider Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the living entities in general to be separate from the Supreme, and who knows Brahman actually realizes peace. Others do not.
So this way, the Lord gave some nice lessons to Daksha. Because the whole problem of Daksha is his separate vision. So if we go back to Maitreya's, Kapila's explanation of pure devotional service and the devotional service in 3 modes, Kapila uses this word Binnadrik. Binnadrik means that one who has his vision separated from the Lord's vision. So that is the basic problem of Daksha, that he had his own view of things. He was unable to connect the dots and see Vishnu as the center of everything. So the Lord taught him that according to the different grades, my different energies are acting, my different expansions are acting, and all of them are known by different names. That means he is saying that in one way, you are also acting according to my capacity. And in another way, Lord Shiva is also acting according to my capacity. Lord Brahma is acting according to my capacity. So you should not try to differentiate thinking that I am greater, he is lesser, he is later, I am lesser. Everybody has their part and everybody is doing their part. So therefore, everybody's service should be respected. Somebody may be doing big service, somebody may be doing simple service. But if someone is not there to do that simple service, that service will not be done. So therefore, every service has to be respected. So he is telling that disrespect comes from this separate vision. And that's a very important lesson for us to understand. When we become disrespectful of devotees, that means we should understand that we are also having a separatist vision. We have something for our own sense gratification in such things. Of course, Rupa Goswami says that we should understand the level of devotees and we should actually relate to them according to their level. There is Kanishta, there is Madhyama, there is Uttama, and there are 6 types of loving exchanges. So we should definitely relate to them according to their level. We should know our own level also, not just level of other devotees. We should know our own level also. And we should try to get the maximum advantage of the devotee association by trying to properly associate with devotees. Even though there may be devotees who are less than Kanishta, in Bhakti Aloka, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is discussing different type of devotees. There, clearly, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that all the devotees, they should be respected and they should be served. Irrespective of whether they are below Kanishta or above Kanishta, or they are, of course, Madhyama and Uttama, their association should definitely be sought. But even though devotees may be below Kanishta level or they may be at Kanishta level, Bhaktivinoda Thakur very clearly says that they are our object of respect and service. So, in Kulyagram, when Mahaprabhu was asked by the Brahman that who is a devotee, so Mahaprabhu clearly told him, anyone who chants Hare Krishna is a devotee. And the mood of pure devotee is that not only devotees, everybody should be respected. Sakale samman kurite sakati dehanata jatajata. Tabito gaibo harinama suke aparada hoibe nata. So, if the hallmark of a Vaishnava is that he has respect for everyone. But whom he will associate with, whom he will not associate with, that is a matter of discrimination. That is a matter of discrimination. But respect he should have for everybody. And when we don't have respect, that means we are developing some separatist vision. So, very nice lessons which the Lord gives to Daksha. Okay. Please continue.
The sage Maitreya said, thus Daksha, the head of all Prajapatis, having been nicely instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped Lord Vishnu. After worshipping him by performing the prescribed sacrificial ceremonies, Daksha separately worshipped Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva.
With all respect, Daksha worshipped Lord Shiva with his share of the remnants of the yajna. After finishing the ritualistic sacrificial activities, he satisfied all the other demigods and the other people assembled there. Then, after finishing all these duties with the priests, he took bath and was fully satisfied.
Thus, worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu by ritualistic performance of sacrifice, Daksha was completely situated on the religious path. Moreover, all the demigods who had assembled at the sacrifice blessed him that he might increase his piety, and then they left.
Maitreya said, I have heard that after giving up the body she had received from Daksha, Dakshayani, his daughter, took her birth in the kingdom of the Himalayas. She was born as the daughter of Mena. I heard this from authoritative sources.
So he wanted to complete the story. He didn't want to leave some loose end, that what happened to, because Shiva is satisfied, Daksha is satisfied, Vishnu came, all demigods had their share, they all went back, but there is one lady who is left. She committed suicide. So what happened to her? So he wanted to just complete the story, so he is giving further information. Okay.
Ambika, goddess Durga, who was known as Dakshayani, Sati, again accepted Lord Shiva as her husband, just as different energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead act during the course of a new creation.
Maitra said, my dear Vidura, I heard the story of the Daksha Yajna, which was devastated by Lord Shiva, from Uddhava, a great devotee and a disciple of Brihaspati.
The great sage Maitreya concluded, if one hears and again narrates with faith and devotion this story of Daksha Yajna as it was conducted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, then certainly one is cleared of all contamination of material existence, O son of Kuru.
Haribol. So this is the Falashruti. Okay, let us go back to the purports and conclude this section. Okay, please read.
As the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu has nothing to demand from anyone,
He is self-satisfied, self-sufficient, but he accepts the offering of yajna because of his friendly attitude towards all living entities. When his share of the sacrificial result was offered to him, he appeared very pleased. Although he is self-sufficient and does not need anything from anyone, he accepts such offering because as super soul, he has such a friendly attitude towards all living entities. Another point here is that he does not encroach upon another share. In the yajna, there is a share for the demigods, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, and the share of the Lord Vishnu. He is sacrificed with his own share, he is satisfied with his own share and does not encroach upon others. Indirectly indicated that he was not satisfied with Daksha's trying to deny Lord Shiva his share. Although Vaishnava accept Lord Vishnu as the supreme, they are not prone to offend demigod.
So this discussion is about, you're asking that, whether Lord Vishnu has a share or not. So that is clarified. He formally takes a share, but he doesn't require it, but still he takes it. Okay, we should just break for Gayatri. It's already 1:05. So just 10 minutes we break for Gayatri and then we'll assemble back to finish the chapter. Okay, let's restart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes. It's written, no, that she became, yeah, she became Parvati. No, Mena is Menaka, that's the mother. Parvatraj is Pitaji and Menaka is Mataji. Huh? Yeah, पहाड़, लेकिन पहाड़ का personified राजा भी है. So it's not that only pahad is pahad. There's also personification of pahad. So that man and Menaka is the mother. So then she became their daughter. Always in higher planetary system. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, but Menaka lives in heavenly planet. Yeah, but Menaka lives in heavenly planets. No? एग्जैक्ट स्टोरी मुझे मालूम नहीं है, वो लोग कैसा मीट किया, किससे शादी किया, वो स्टोरी मुझे मालूम नहीं है. वो तो कुछ दूसरा पुराण में होगा, इसमें इतना डिटेल नहीं दिया है. बट वी आर सैटिस्फाइड दैट शी गॉट मैरिड टू शिवा अगेन. Okay, please read.
Everything is generated from Lord Vishnu. Everything is maintained by him, and everything is annihilated by his energy. Therefore, by their actions and reactions, the energies which come from him create the cosmic manifestation and also dissolve the whole creation. Thus, the Lord is the cause and also the effect. Whatever effect we see is the interaction of his energy. And because the energy is generated from him, he is both cause and effect. Simultaneously, everything is different and the same. It is said that everything is Brahman. Sarvam kalau idam Brahma.
So this is the proper understanding or explanation of Sarvam Kalau Idam Brahman. Because Mayavadis have their own explanation of Sarvam Kalau Idam Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Nothing is there. There's no variety. But Prabhupada gives a proper understanding of how to understand this Sarvam Kalau Idam Brahman. So this is one of the important mission of Prabhupada to defeat impersonalism. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. So if you see, even in this section which you did, Mood and Mission, in many portions of the purports, Prabhupada actually addresses how to defeat Mayavad, impersonalism. So these are all aspects of his mission. That whenever we find something in the purport which deals with Mayavad, which deals with how to explain the different misinterpretations of Mayavad, these things should be understood as his mission statements, because these are all important. One of the important mission of all the Vaishnava Acharyas is to establish that Vishnu is a person. He is a person, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is person. So, whenever we see statements like this, then these statements should be counted as mission statements. Okay. Okay, please read.
Whenever there is disease in any part of the body, the whole body takes care of the ailing part. Similarly, a devotee's oneness is manifested in his compassion for the all conditioned souls. Devotees are compassionate to every conditioned soul, and therefore they are known as apar
Aprakya buddhi.
aprakya buddhi.
Okay.
Every one of us is an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This accounts for unity in diversity. There are diverse manifestations, but at the same time, they are one in Vishnu. Everything is an expansion of Vishnu's energy.
Yeah. So, at the same time, everything is not Vishnu also. This should be understood. Krishna explained this in Bhagavad Gita as Yogam Aishwaram. He explained that Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. He said, please see my mystic opulence, that I am in everything, but I am not everything. Okay.
Purport. Lord Vishnu should be offered everything, and his prasad should be distributed to all the demigods. This practice is still followed in the temple of Jagannath Puri. There are many temples of demigods around the main temple of Jagannath, and the prasad which is offered first to Jagannath is distributed all over to all the demigods. The deity of Bhagalin is worshipped with the prasad of Vishnu, and also in the famous Lord Shiv temple of Bhubaneswar, the prasad of Lord Vishnu or Lord Jagannath is offered to the deity of Lord Shiv. This is the Vaishnav principle. The Vaishnav does not deride even ordinary living entities, including the small ant. Everyone is offered proper respect according to his position. The offering, however, is in relation to the center, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu. The devotee who is highly elevated sees the relationship to Krishna in everything. He does not see anything as being independent of Krishna. That is the vision of oneness.
Okay. Normally, there is a system that once the bhoga is offered to the Lord, then the first rite on the Mahaprasad is to the demigods. It should be offered through mantra. Iham idam Mahaprasadam nirmalyam sarvadevebhyo namaha. Then after that, again it should be offered to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Then after that, we should take it. I don't know. I think they will do, no? Correct? Yeah. Once you take out the bhoga, then you should say idam Mahaprasadam nirmalyam sarva devebhyo namaha. Then idam Mahaprasadam nirmalyam sarva Vaishnavebhyo namaha. Then after that, it should be taken. Generally, that's being done. Confirmed. Yeah. Now if you say Sarvadevabhyo Namaha, they will all come and take it. They are all anyway standing in queue. When I will get Prasada of Radharas Bihari. So if you offer, they will all take it. Without offering? They will snatch. But generally it's nice to offer. Good etiquette to offer. Okay, please read.
The connection of Lord Shiva and Ambika or Durga is eternal. Sati could not accept any husband but Lord Shiva. How Lord Shiva remarried Durga as Himavati, the daughter of the Himalayas, and how Kartikeya was born is a great story in itself.
Okay, see, Prabhupada said it's a great story in itself. So we don't have to get into that story. Maybe if you read Skanda Purana, you will know this story. If you want to know the story, you can go to Skanda Purana and read. Kumara Sambhavam also is good. Yeah. Okay, thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 4th canto, 7th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Sacrifice Performed by Daksha. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Okay, so please get into pairs, and then we have 5 minutes. Okay, please discuss few points which you learnt in this unit. Okay, actually a whole unit. Just try to discuss few points, just consolidate our learning. Okay, just 5 minutes discussion, just pair up with anybody whom you want, next person who is next to you, whatever it is, just pair up. If if one person is left, just join the other group, make that group as 3. So just pair up, quick. Let's have quick discussion and then we'll share some points and then close. Yeah. Then you'll share 1 or 2 points, just wherever you're sitting from there, you'll share and then close. That's it. Just to consolidate, otherwise, we discuss so many things, everything is on the ether. So let's bring it to some consolidation. Just get together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so just 1 point from each group. If someone already said that point, you can try to say some other point. Okay, 1 point from each group. Just start, yeah.
That entire Sati, Mother Sati going in, out, and that entire conversation, the point which you said that brahmachari should be very cautious or should run away from the place where a woman cries.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Better to worship.
ठीक है, बोल दीजिए.
Worshipping all the demigod takes 625 years. So better to worship Lord Vishnu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji, offense, yes. One mode of passion, it's very detrimental and it makes one very prone to commit offense.
Okay, good. Nice point. Okay.
And communication among the devotees is very important. Shati was very much concerned about Lord Shiva, but he was not actually telling the real intention behind why she wants to go.
Okay.
Similar Lord Shiva also.
Okay, good.
Authority is to accept the responsibility and render service, rather to use the authority for using privileges, showing our power.
Okay, good.
Here, when great personality, when they get in the case of Shiva, he kept quiet. And it doesn't mean that he is powerless, but he is thinking what is the consequence. That's why he kept quiet.
Okay.
And by this, we should not come to know that he doesn't have any ability or any power.
Okay, good.
So one should get punished by spiritual master rather than getting abandoned by him.
Okay.
That creates severe reactions.
Good point. Okay.
A devotee doesn't find any fault in the Supreme Personal Godhead.
Okay, good. Nice.
One should not practice devotional service in the mode of ignorance.
Okay.
Daksha said was good.
One can learn from this pastime that how one should be very careful not to offend Vaishnavas. The whole, like if you see the story, then
Yes.
envy was there, and then he said some ill words, and then the whole thing happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Okay.
Because of envy and offenses to the devotees, the whole purpose is totally gone.
Okay, good.
This Atri's pastime was mentioned, the way he was praying to the Lord. So we have to have a very clear purpose what exactly we're looking for.
Okay, good, nice.
In the age of Kali, Sankirtan Yagya, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the essence of all sacrifice. And as sacrifice is pleased to Lord Vishnu, similarly, Sankirtan will please to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally came for that.
Okay, good.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the leader of Sankirtan Yagya. In this present Kali Yuga also is doing Sankirtana everywhere, but we can't see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with our teeny brain. Just we should follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the street sign, spread Sankirtana Yagya everywhere. Hare Krishna.
Okay, good. Hari Bol. और कुछ है? किसी को कुछ बोलना है?
Any position is given to devotee, it is to serve the devotees. Just like this Daksha, he's a Prajapati. But instead of asking others how to serve, he was seeking the prestige and respect from Shivji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
If we blame the situation, particular situation, we blame others or complain, then it shows our lack of Krishna consciousness. lack of
Okay.
faith in Krishna. And you mentioned these 4 points, Prabhuji. Krishna is always correct, Krishna is always just. I am at fault, I am in problem, and Krishna loves us.
Okay.
Prabhuji, one point that you spoke in very finely, that we should seek for chanting and Bhagavatam understanding and mercy of Guru, but we should not seek any post or anything positively or negatively, that if I come I will do some positive changes. So we should not seek for that. This is what you said, right?
More or less.
This sessions project, this is without demand, so it is very much important for the devotees association, devotee community actually, and devotees should read this series of chapters again and again, so that one can nicely stay in the association of devotees.
Okay.
When one is disturbed, we should not preach philosophy, but we should hear.
And Prabhuji, Bhagavatam is meant for revolution in the consciousness, and this Bhakti Vaibhav session I realized you are giving such a nice understanding that there was a it was a switch 180 degree. Now what I'm thinking about the chanting and the service and what I was thinking earlier. So thank you for giving very nice opportunity for us to.
All glories to Prabhupada. He has given everything.
And one very drastic change that I felt, Prabhuji. Earlier I was not having proper attitude towards Grihastha devotees, but now I realize that they can also be great devotees by seeing you, hearing you.
I am not a great devotee. If you want to really know about me, come to Mayapur and ask people. You will get this much complaints about me. Okay.
Between Lord Shiva respond to the curse and Parikshit Maharaj did a response. Parikshit Maharaj did not retaliate. He accepted as a grace of the Lord. He took the opportunity to become Krishna consciousness and finally perfected his life, seeing as situation. On the other side, Lord Shiva, he did not took the responsibility, what is happening. He did not respond first, and he allowed his subordinates to further counter curse, so did not took the responsibility. So this difference that we have to be responsible of the situation.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the very nice association. I had really nice time last 1 week with all of you. It's always very, very encouraging and very invigorating to be with young brahmacharis who are the future of this movement, and also to share with all of you and to hear from all of you is the most encouraging thing. This is the most rewarding aspect of being a teacher or a facilitator, to actually see that the movement is secure and safe and is going to very nicely progress in future. So I pray to Radha Ras Bihari ji that all of you should flourish in your services. He should get a lot of people to go in the bus. And take many responsible positions and make Srila Prabhupada very proud. Thank you very much. Thank you for your nice association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We thanks Prabhuji. Wonderful transforming sessions Prabhuji has given. Make us realize the depthness of Srila Prabhupada purports are there. Prabhuji mentioned in presentation, I don't keep power PPTs and all, but now show Prabhupada purports, so we can see how wonderfully Prabhupada has given and Prabhuji has presented it. So we are grateful. Adityanam Prabhu was telling, 180 degree transformation Prabhuji. So many are also having such realizations. So we are grateful to you, and we request you again, when opportunities are there, please visit and help us, guide
It's
us.
always my privilege to come here. This is Prabhupada's office.
Yes. Let us thanks Prabhuji for chanting the holy names.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.